Welcome back to another amazing live as a part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. This time I'm really excited to invite Mira from Fruit Forest Costa Rica. Fruit Village Costa Rica. And we're going to be going into living the dream on a tropical permaculture fruit forest. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just so you know, we got less than 1.5 days left to grab the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. We got over 32 resources. Worth over $1,390 for just $50 only till midnight PST tomorrow, Sunday, May 11th. I see that Mira's here. Let's bring her in and get into this awesome topic. Welcome. Fun around a permaculture fruit forest, a dream for many, many people, and she is living it with her family, spreading that out. So I hope we can get a lot of great information. How's it going, Mira?
Yeah,
Yeah, hi.
hi. Can you
How you doing?
see?
There you are. Oh my gosh, some Rollinia. Do you like Rollinia or Biraba? Which name do you like better?
We call it biriba because in Costa Rica it is called biriba, but yeah, the like English name is Rollinia. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one is from tree.
It's
We harvested yesterday. Yeah,
they are so dang good. I just had its cousin or sister a full meal of cherimoya, which was really delicious just before.
yeah. I open it. I show it.
Open it up. Oh my gosh, it is one of the best. If people haven't had it before, your mind will be blown. And that is one of those treats too that you get when you live in the tropics because it goes bad pretty quick. So it's very rare to be shipped anywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's already a day old, so it's like brown here, these spots. But I
Yeah.
kept it for you to show it for you, and
Oh,
and the tree gives fruit in 2 years. It's amazing. I mean, we plant the seed, and in 2 or 3 years, we get the fruit. It's
yeah.
crazy.
They're
So
so awesome. I was going to eat my cherimoya in front of you, but then I figured I would be just eating the whole time. So tell us
yeah,
all, what does it taste like? What does that variety taste
yeah,
like?
yeah. It is like vanilla and a little bit of lemon aroma and
Yeah.
very like a pudding consistency. It's a very nice fruit.
So
We love.
creamy, so
Yes.
creamy. I've heard some people say that it's like a lemon meringue pie filling almost, like just but better because it's juicy and not filled with garbage.
Yeah. I don't know what I don't know that dessert,
Oh,
so that's why I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm more like, okay, it's a pudding, it's more simple. But yeah, I've also heard that. And Karen Ramsey, she loves Rolinia as well. And she also said that. So yeah, I think something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friendly and kind of funny disagreement with my one friend on his fruit farm, whether the Rollinia or the Biraba or the Cherimoya is better. And he is Team Biraba. I'll admit I'm Team Cherimoya, but what about yourself? Which do you like more?
Yeah, my absolute favorite fruit was cherry
Yeah.
moya before I tasted durian.
Oh, there we
And
go.
yeah, and that was for me, it was a big thing to let go cherimoya and come to the
Yeah.
tropics because it doesn't really grow well here. In the mountains there are some, but it cannot be compared to cherimoya from Spain or other yeah, not tropical, subtropical. It's a subtropical fruit, not a tropical one. Yeah, so yeah, I prefer cherimoya, but please don't tell this to my rollinia trees because I love them.
I love them too. And they are a pretty unique tree. They only last like 12 to 15 years typically, right? Like they fruit fast, but then they don't last quite as long as some other trees. So it's good to keep planting them so you always have biraba.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's so fun.
and about the cherimoya one, I found one fruit that is very similar experience to eat it, and it's a tropical fruit, and it's surprisingly, it's not an anana,
Oh,
it's a vani, white mango. It
oh,
can
I've had the
be,
one. Yeah.
yeah, and when it's sweet and vanilla taste variety, then it gives the same feeling and the same like joy as cherimoya. So that's my fruit what I get
Yeah.
instead of cherimoya because that was my absolute favorite fruit. Yeah,
It
in
is pretty
when we left.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
It is ridiculous. And I had a similar experience too, because I met Cherimoya in California and I was like blown away. And then I hunted for it in Costa Rica, and I have found it, but you're right, it wasn't quite the same. But
Yeah.
luckily out here, I still get some Spanish ones, which are phenomenal as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's jump
Yeah. I
into this fun topic because it is a lot of people's dream to move to the tropics and to have a permaculture fruit forest. So, and you guys are doing it. You're living the dream out there. So
Yeah.
I'd like to start. What was the motivation? And I know that could be simple, but maybe some multifaceted motivations, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. For us, the main motivation were our
Yeah.
children. We have kids, and we wanted to build a life with them where we can live together as a family all day together, and we can do everything, everyday tasks together.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to live a life when the father goes to work and the mother also goes to work and puts down the kids in a school or kindergarten, and then they grab the kids in the afternoon. They work for the money, and they work for money to pay for others to be with their children. And yeah, things like that. We didn't want that kind of life. We tried it and it was not fun for
Yeah.
me. So we decided we want a different way of life with our kids. And also when we have a family, then kids, when we wanted a life that they can understand from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because kids, when we just say, okay, now I have to go to the office to work to foreigners, you don't know them, and I do something at the computer. I put you aside a bit, and now I'm working on a computer or on my phone. Those are things that are not aligned with my values regarding raising healthy, happy, content children. Yeah. So we figured out that having a land, growing food, harvesting food, working in the garden together with them, having a job that makes sense for them. We have a grafted durian tree nursery.
Oh,
and
awesome.
yeah, and they graft with us, and they take care of the trees with us. And I have my 7-year-old boy, and he counts the money what he earns from the grafts what he did.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he's 7 years old, and we just saw like 7 or 8 from his durian trees like 2 days ago, and he's just counting his money and he's excited. And they are very like he doesn't spend it to anything not very like he doesn't spend it to things. He is just always thinking, okay, what will I buy and see. So yeah, it's so, I don't know, I love it. And yeah, you know, they have something, they have skills, but they can just live and they can work any time when they want. But yeah, so yeah, we wanted a lot that makes sense for them and gives like in nature for us. And also we have fruits, because when we traveled we had to go on markets in the city, and we didn't really enjoy that. So we would like to just go out in the garden, be in nature, and get the fruit. And yeah, these are the main.
That's
to live together.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful.
And,
back to the garden.
Yeah. And you know, for us, this was very important that we went raw vegan like 10 years ago or so. And I just checked others, how are their kids doing? And what I found, that most of their kids left this path because their schoolmates and their peer pressure was like they pushed away them from this path. I don't know how are they later. They may come back or not. I don't know. But I am like I was not like thrilled that these are the options that I have with my children. I wanted to build a life where they can just stick to it and they want to keep and stay. And yeah, that's why we had to build them this dream, because where else would they go? I mean, they don't like other fruits than just, oh, I have someone here.
Oh.
Okay. You will like her.
Oh, so cute.
I like that.
Yeah, I love kitties. Oh, what a cute one. What's their name?
She's Dina.
Oh,
and
Dina.
she is just a new family member from 2 days ago she arrived.
Wow.
And she will have a very important task, because on the tropics, when we have like we have snakes coming, because we have mice here.
Yeah.
And she's a friend who will take care of the mice soon. And
Oh,
Yeah,
how darn cute. What a lucky kitty. And I just gotta say, what lucky kids too. I mean, to grow
yeah,
up, I can't like yeah, to grow up in a fruit forest and learning how to actually graft and grow and have that
yeah.
deep sense of connection to nature and such a good, healthy start to their life. Like that's very, very beautiful. And that's just amazing. I absolutely love that.
And you know what? What is good for them, it turned out it's good for us.
Of
It's
course, yeah, of
not.
course.
It's not. We don't have to give up anything because everything what benefits them actually
Yes.
benefits us.
Yeah.
So it's they were the source of every change, but with every change we benefited so much. It's amazing.
Oh,
Yes.
that's amazing. That's what parents often say, like the kids bring so much, but I can only imagine having that unit in the forest, like planting the trees, eating together. That's super, super beautiful. And how long ago did you start your farm?
It's our fourth year now,
Yeah,
and we have a good harvest every day.
yeah,
Um, but we are not, we are not self-sufficient because our fruit trees are not yet in producing.
yeah.
But we have jackfruits like this big, champajacks actually, which
Oh,
is a cross between champarak and jackfruit.
yeah,
So they are coming. It's exciting, and hopefully we will have durian flowers
yeah,
next year.
yeah,
Maybe fruits, I don't know, but flowers most
yeah,
likely are. Our biggest trees are like very like, yeah,
yeah.
it's exciting,
It is,
very
yeah.
exciting.
Seeing it grow up. I mean, and I know Costa Rica well because I've been out there 12 times, I believe, and sometimes for 4 months at a time. And I've had the blessing and honor to go to a friend's farm and year after year see it grow and grow and become more and more abundant until it's just so abundant that you need to be selling or giving away stuff because it gets to be like, fruit trees are very, very giving. They're just amazing.
Yes, yes. After the first period when we just, okay, we are taking care of them for 1, 2 years, 2, 3 years, sometimes four, but then they're just coming and growing and fruiting, and we just need to put mulch on them and some compost on them.
Mhm.
But otherwise, it's, yeah, they are just easy, the easiest thing after some time of patience.
Yeah, absolutely. So, did you know much about permaculture before you bought, or were you researching for like some time and then you bought the land, or what has that transition been like to all of a sudden being like, all right, here we are, it's time to make this happen? How did that work?
Yeah, well, we visited a lot of farms in Asia
Yeah,
when we were there, and also we have been in Australia and Ecuador, lived on farms, so we had an idea, and we also rented a place where we had a garden, but it was higher elevation, so it was not exactly how things work
yeah,
here. But that was all, and I just had our first interview like half year later, and you said, oh, it's whether you hire someone who is a pro or you have to learn it for yourself. That's what you said. And I was like, yeah, something like that.
mhm,
And now we had to learn for ourselves because yeah, I just didn't want to have concepts.
mhm,
And I really wanted to let nature and my garden and my fruit forest to be the biggest teacher
yeah,
for ourselves.
yeah,
And this way, we learned a lot more than someone else would do it for us. But it took more time,
yeah,
more energy,
mhm,
more mistakes. So what we have now, we could have 1.5 years earlier
mhm,
if we would have the knowledge what we have now.
yeah,
And after 2 years, I went to a permaculture design course to learn from Jeff Lawton. I think he's the biggest um, most amazing permaculture figure today.
yeah,
And I learned a lot from him, and I'm still learning and would like to learn even more.
mhm,
And I also studied syntropic agroforestry and soil biology. So it's fascinating. There are so amazing things in soil biology, and they can be approved to our life, our own body actually. The soil microbiome is just almost the same, like the same as our microbiome. So if I study one thing like soil microbiome, it's almost like I'm studying like human microbiome. So it's amazing the connection and the similar
mhm.
approaches. So yeah, it's always a good thing to learn more. And
There's so much to learn, right? But now you're also teaching it as well, and you have a book about permaculture in the bundle as well, which again,
Yeah,
if you haven't grabbed the bundle yet, go to Mira's link
yeah.
and grab the bundle. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so with that, maybe some people don't know a lot about permaculture. What
Mm-hmm.
are some main concepts about it, and what about permaculture really attracted to you or attracted you?
Yes, permaculture is so we build and design a system
Mhm.
where we live together with nature and
Yeah.
we level up natural processes.
Mhm.
And instead of using up our resources like in commercial food producing,
Yeah.
we uh, we have more and more resources and we build up our resources.
Yeah.
Like we design a system and plant a system where we have extra plants that growing and we use them as mulch.
Mhm.
And instead of taking care of our waste like kitchen scraps or human manure or animal manure or things like
Mhm.
that, we create very rich compost of
Yeah.
these and put on our trees. So our system is like self-sustaining
Mhm.
and ever growing and evolving all the time. So it will be better and better with time. I know that we experience that there are like farmers with soursop, for example. There is a soursop farmer on the market
Mhm.
here. And 3 years ago, his soursop was amazing and very good all the time. We bought every time. We knew he's a conventional farmer, but we just bought his soursop. And then 2 years ago, it was like sometimes good, but sometimes not. And the last 4 times that we bought, it was not good anymore. His quality just went down. And
Yeah.
the same with our banana guy. His quality went down in 3 years. And cucumber guy, same. Quality went down in 4 years.
Mhm.
And our quality is going up. Our coconuts are better than when we came here.
Yeah.
And it's just better and better tasting and more nutritious and it's just better. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
It's like,
think it's about the quality and also about that we build up. We are using nature in a very effective way to build up a very strong systems, healthy, resilient system. That's permaculture for me.
that's beautiful. Yeah, taking care of your fruit forest rather than trying to see what you can get from it, if you're just
Yeah,
selling it and,
yeah.
looking at it as a commodity rather than an integral part of your life and just like an extension of all your needs, just meeting your needs, right?
You cannot just take away return of surplus is the third ethic of permaculture after earth care and people care, and it's a very important thing like return of surplus. We cannot just take all the harvest and then sell it. That's why they need to bring in fertilizer because it doesn't work. But if we bring in fertilizer, we are dependent on a system outside of us. So our food, our quality, everything is dependent outside of us. And for me, that's the more empowering that having a system that feeds me and it's self-sustaining. It doesn't need anything from outside. It's just strong on its own. And yeah, if we want, we can take our fruit to sell, but we need to be conscious and then we maybe need a little bit more supporting plants. And yeah, we have some pet chickens because my kids love animals, so
Yeah,
they have chickens and then we use their manure and
they're good
put
for
on
the
the trees, put in the
soil, right?
garden. Yeah, it's absolutely. And
Mhm.
since they like them, they love them and take care of them, I find it is a very good task for them to take care of animals. They learn so much from animals and from responsibility about responsibility because they said, okay, I will take care of this chicken. They asked me for like half year to get a chicken.
Yeah.
And then they came from our neighbor because we have a local neighbor who is kind of grandfather figure for them. And he doesn't lead a lifestyle like us.
Yeah.
But he's a very good neighbor. We love him, and he always gives us fruit, and we have a very good connection. And the kids always visit him. And one day, they just came back with 3 chickens,
Oh,
and I said, okay,
okay.
kiddos, okay, then you have to take care of the chickens because I will take them back, and they know we will. And yeah, it was surprising for them that they need to do it 1 week later as well. But the chickens are here. They are 2 years
Oh,
old already, and they have 3 more small chickens, and now they have quails, and now the cat, they take care of the cat. And they also have a German Shepherd puppy, but they take care of. So they are great. They are amazing. And animals are very nice way to learn. And I know it's for some vegans, it doesn't fit in vegan values. And yeah, that's great. I can agree in theory with those. But in real life, it just gives so much to my children, and they can like have like a close relationship with birds, for example, and they love birds. They love to see birds, wild birds, but seeing their own chickens, like studying their wings and checking how the wings work and what kind of flying can they provide for the birds. And then they can look at other birds and see, okay, this is a different wing, this will fly like this or that. So it's like, it's amazing, and they just respect and nature more because they have some pet animals. So I see it's a very beneficial thing for them. And I am so happy I can just say yes to chickens because I have a hectare big land, and they just, if they take care of them, then they have so much possibilities. I love this. I couldn't do it in the city.
Yeah, and I mean they're living their best life out there. I mean they're also living the dream in a permaculture fruit forest. So
Yeah,
I think it's very beautiful. Absolutely, absolutely.
thank
And
you.
now
Thank you.
I know a big part of permaculture is zoning.
Mhm.
Can you speak a little bit to zoning and what that
Yeah,
looks like for you and how that helps with the whole concept?
yeah, it's I really empathize zoning. It's very important. And since we didn't practice permaculture in a like a high level when we moved here, we have some um, minor issues with zoning here, but we just it's not optimal placement, a few things, but we always can work. So if we have a property already, like we already have the structures, we already planted the fruit trees, and it turns out it's not optimal, we still can work around, and we can still like, okay, this is not optimal, maybe I can move the path in a way, or maybe I can move this or that, or maybe under this tree I can just install a small garden because it's very close to the house, or things like that. So we can always work with permaculture and zoning. It always can help. But the best way, when we start from scratch and we design our system with very conscious zoning. And zoning means that we organize all our things in our homestead or garden, or just even if in our house, in a way how we will use those resources. So we would like to be very conscious what we use very often, what we need often, and what needs our attention. And we bring those elements very close to us, because then we don't need to go and walk a lot of times out for example, kitchen garden with herbs. We need kitchen herbs next to the kitchen daily. So then we just put it close to the kitchen entrance, and then we just step out, get the basil for ourselves to our salad. It is not like, it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense if I put on the other side of the house or further. And this is true with all the tool storage, and where is the carport, how, and we need to think over what will we do, how will food come in, what will we do with the food, what plants will we plant, what plants need us, what fruits are very fragile and we need to check them every day, and what fruits can be further, and things like that. So I made the zone planning a very, and I created a description of it in the book, and it it is a very nice thing. And I love it, and I can see that, for example, the kids zone 1 is next to the house, and the kids need zone 1, which is a playing area, and where I just look out from the house, and I can see them, and it's safe. It's not a good habitat for snakes, for example, here in the tropics, or other. Yeah, you need to check what are the dangers, or what are the issues on your area. Here snakes can be. So yeah, it needs to be a clean area without snakes, and a safe place. And yeah, we need shade because there are a lot of sunshine here. So yeah, it's zone 1 for the kids and for kitchen garden. And then zone 0 is the house, which is the like the center. And then we
Yeah.
go until zone 5, which is wilderness, where we optimally have at least a small spot where we can just leave nature on its own and see what's happening there, learning, getting inspiration, and seeing what can we learn from nature. We always can learn a lot.
Yeah. Of course, absolutely. And then I guess between there from zone 1 to 5, there's different types of fruit trees, and maybe the ones on the furthest are the ones that need the least attention, and maybe are harvested a little less often. Would that kind of be what the look is?
Yeah, like in classic permaculture, it's like the zone 2 is the food forest, and zone 3 should be like where animals graze,
Okay.
like cows, things like that.
Yeah.
And zone 5 would be like a forest with timber and other things, but you just go there for once a year and just harvest some timber tree or for firewood or construction. And then zone 5 is nature. But I was flexible with this because our lifestyle is different, and we don't need animal
Pasture. Yeah.
grazing systems. Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
raise cows. They are very nice, but it's not my hobby, so I don't do it. So yeah, for us, I did a little bit different approach, and zone 1 is the kitchen garden and the very sensitive fruit trees like papaya, and I put all those fruit trees that usually fruits like all year round, and we can check them every day, like noni is like a fruit that fruits all year round, or papayas, they fruit all year round. Yeah. And like citrus trees, and then to zone 2 I put less intense like plants which don't need that much care, like dragon fruit and coconuts. And then zone 3 is my fruit orchard, which is like we'll go there seasonally. And in the tropics, there is a peak season when durian, mangosteen, rambutan, and all the like famous tropical fruits fruit in the same period, like in 3 months.
Yeah.
And I have orchard 1, which is this fruit trees where we go in these 3 months, we grow every day. And there is orchard 2 where there are fruits that fruit all year, on different time, because we need fruit all year round. So like black sapote, mami sapote, and jackfruit and avocado, these have a different season. And so I try to put everything like, okay, how can a family maintain, and how much space do they need, how many fruit trees do they need to plant to be self-sustaining all year round. So I try to make a design that can fit to a family that can take care of their own land, live a lifestyle together with the children. It needs less maintenance. Our system is more, it requires more maintenance, but now I learned how can we do it better or differently, but not better, but differently, because not everyone wants to do as much work on the farm as we do. So
The book that you have in the bundle on permaculture, is that something that you wish you had 5 years ago to expedite this process? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And it was something I asked several people who had farms and like fruity people. Okay, how big land do we need? What do we need to plant? And they just, I wish I knew it. I have no idea, and I had this answer all the time. That was something I was looking for, and no, I didn't find, and I still don't know any resources about this like mine that puts together permaculture and food-based diets and family, of course. It's I haven't found any, but if you or anyone knows, just send me, because I would like to check it and read it. It would be amazing to learn from each other. But yes, it is absolutely a guide what I was looking for, and I would be so happy to have 5 years ago or 10 years ago. It would have saved me so much time and energy and money. But that's why we are here. I guess you are the same with your resources, that what you put together is not out there. So
it's a blessing
that's our job.
Yeah, exactly. To be able to take what we've learned and the things that could help others and spread that out to make it easier and more abundant for everyone.
Yeah.
Now, Now, on that tip, like I said in the beginning, a lot of people have this dream, and you're already living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes though people think that, they'll just plop down in the jungle and just like, oh, it's there, here we go. Like as you said, it does require work, right?
Yes,
So
a lot.
so for people that are thinking about this, what are some practical tips and a little bit of insight on the whole picture, not just, oh gosh, fruit, great, like what are some
Yeah.
practical tips and
Yes.
information to arm them and prepare them to make that dream a reality for themselves?
Yeah, I know, and there are a lot of people who just come here because they think the sun is shining and fruits are just dropping from the trees. And yeah, in a way it's
Yeah.
true, but it's not like that. I mean, have you ever seen a tropical rain? Because
Oh yeah, yeah,
it it rains for 6 or 7 months, and it
yeah.
rains, and
Oh yeah,
sometimes 8 or 9 months. And
yeah,
it just when rainy season starts, there is a big wave of people who realize, oh gosh, it's raining here, and they just go back.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
every year there is a Living Costa Rica sales wave in the social groups
yeah,
where we can just grab our stuff, because then they sell like Vitamix and Excaliburs
yeah,
and things that they brought here, but they don't want to take back because it's easier to get them
yeah,
in the US. So that's our time to buy things. But every year, tons of people like just go back because they realize it's raining. And when
yeah,
it's raining, it can be as hard and uncomfortable as winter.
yeah,
It's not, you didn't it's not like, okay, it will be just sunshine and fruits, because
mm,
rainy season is hard. It brings mold, it brings clouds and not so much sunshine. Mold is so hard to like keep in order
mm,
in our house, and everything will be like smell not very good, but we don't use daily, it will smell bad.
mm,
And also cockroaches and other elements, because there is no winter here, nature doesn't stop,
yeah,
it's just growing all the
yeah,
time. And we have like cockroaches, we have to live a lifestyle where we don't stack up things, and we don't have a bookshelf here because cockroaches would eat them.
mm,
I've seen like several houses where there were books, and at first sight, okay, nice, and then I take out the book, and then the cockroaches just like running,
yeah,
and then I look in the book, it smells like mold, and here and there it's like chewed by cockroaches, and it's like, yeah, it's not very nice.
yeah, yeah. You
So we
almost
need a
need
different kind of lifestyle. We don't have a lot of stuff.
mhm,
We have what we use,
mhm,
and we need to keep things in order, and we need to clean up. We cannot leave our messy like dishes outside in the kitchen for the morning. We have to clean up.
mhm,
Um, yeah, so these are, I think these are the most uncomfortable things for people. And also, like, there's snakes here, you
yeah,
also have scorpions here,
yeah,
and big spiders and ants. But all of these, the most unpleasurable things are the ants,
yeah,
because they the other things, they are not they are they go away from people, and they keep distance, and they are very nice. We didn't have any issues with any other creatures than ants. They are just going away, and even
mhm,
snakes, they didn't. They go away. But yeah, but still, they are more dangerous for our quails, for example,
yeah,
the snails.
yeah. I mean, if you want to live the dream in the forest, you're going to be living in the forest, and there's other things that live there, right?
Yeah, it is. And in permaculture, we don't want to fight with these. We don't want to eliminate these. So we need zoning, for example, where we know where we move the most, and these animals don't come there because we are moving there all the time, and we can plant things that repels them, like lemongrass, because snakes use their nose to navigate. And then we can, like, okay, with strong smell, we can just make them not comfortable to come there.
Mhm,
And also, if we have a cat and it will hunt for the mice and other creatures, rodents here, then the snakes don't have a reason to come here, so we can work around
yeah,
these natural things. And then outside, in the food forest, they can hide under the mulch and they hunt for rodents, so they are beneficial. There, they are beneficial, and that's the same with cockroaches. In the compost pile, they are amazing, and in the mulch, they are amazing. They decompose stuff. They create very, very rich soil for us. They are not very welcome in the house, but outside in the garden, they are amazing. They work for us, and same with snakes, and also like scorpions. They hunt for bugs that otherwise would eat our food, our plants. But scorpions and big spiders are friends outside. So that's why we need to, like zoning, they are not welcome here in the house or zone one, but outside, they help us. And yeah, I love this in permaculture. And also we always try to create habitats with like frogs and lizards and birds, which are amazing to watch them, but also they help us a lot to keep our fruit trees like healthy, and because we want to eat our harvest.
Of course,
Not
yeah.
So just always favor the predator. That's what Jeff Lawton always says. And yeah, so things are not bad, just sometimes not very good. And also the rain and the mold, it just means that here the trees get a lot of water, the water feeds them, and there is a big amount of mushroom and fungi life, and that's amazing. It feeds our fruit trees. It's not very nice in the house, but outside it's great. So yeah, we need to just see these things like differently. We don't need to control nature. We just need to put like work with it like this.
Living more in tune with nature rather than trying to fight it, or it's because it is wild out there. I mean, that's one thing. Every time I've been to Costa Rica, it's just like the feeling of raw, wild power, right? Like it's just it's so powerful out there.
Yeah, especially here there are, for example, so loud lightning and thunder, like I have never experienced ever before in the tropics, but I traveled a lot. But here it's just like full of like power. Like I just respect that natural force that is just coming with rain. It's just amazing. I love it. But some people don't really appreciate it. Yeah,
it takes some getting used to, and having the foreknowledge of that can be so valuable. I've heard some people say they recommend just like renting a place for a year to go through like all seasons. Is that something that you'd really recommend?
Yeah, that's a great idea. And also, please experience rain. Absolutely. Because rain, I think that's the main reason why people leave. And well, of course, there are other factors. I know people who come from the US or Europe, they can be shocked of cultural differences. And by this, I mean, mostly there are not, quality of stuff is not the same. And also availability of stuff is not like in Europe and or in the US. I came from Europe, but I know in the US it's so easy to order anything, and you just get it on your doorstep like next day, and you can have anything. That's not true here, and the quality is not the same, and also how people think and work, their ethics of work ethics and their culture is different than ours. So we need to we need to like realize that we are in a different place, and people won't do things as they do in Europe. They do things differently. For example, we had a worker, and after a few days he just started to bring his whole family to the farm, and he brought his dogs and his wife and cousins, and you know, it was a whole family fiesta work day on our farm, and it was like, okay, so we need to find out how locals think and how do they work and what are their work ethics. And because people usually think, okay, I come here, work will be cheap, they will work for me, locals, they are cheap, but that's not it's not very respectful. No. At first it's not, because they are they have different ways of doing things, but we need to like value them. And another thing, their work ethics are not the same, so you don't get cheap good work. It's different, very different to deal with people here, and I love them. We have a very good, amazing relationship with our neighborhood, and we don't have other expats here. We are the only one at this point. And we just integrated in the neighborhood in a way while still keeping our boundaries, but be a part of their community. And yeah, they are very nice people, very warm people, and they help anytime when we need. We just need very like just sometimes. We don't rely on them, but yeah, we need to see that it will be different. And for example, they just built our kitchen, and we said, okay, there will be, our tiles will be like this size, so make it like this. And they just, they just did it, and they just missed 1 centimeter. And that's how they do it. It's not a big deal for them, but for me it was like, oh no, in Europe it would be like millimeters, like super, like strictly the size what I gave, but here it doesn't work like that. And we need to, they say pura vida, and it means just chill. Life is good. That's the philosophy here, and we had to go pura vida here to say, okay, my kitchen looks like differently than it would be in Europe, or I have to do it myself, or if I don't do it myself, then I need to, accept that things are different. Pura vida.
Yeah. It is a little more tranquilo there, right? A little slower pace, a little bit more relaxed. And I mean, that is common in the tropics, when it's really warm out, people are a little bit less likely to be rushing and hurrying. No need to prepare for the winter in the same way. But I've been in 2-week-long torrential downpours where like it didn't stop, 2 weeks straight, just rain, right? And you just put on swim trunks and go dance in the rain. Luckily, it's kind of warm rain compared to maybe a lot of rain in temperate climates, hey?
Yes. But also with rain, you have to take care of the water that you get from the roof. And that's your house stay dry. And then erosion can be a big thing because of rain. But we can use all these things to our own advantage, and build like we plant vetiver plants, grass everywhere. It has a very deep root system, like 6 meters deep, and goes straight down, so it holds edges. And we need to work with these things, but everything grows so quickly, and
so awesome.
It is just having our own fruit all year round, and it's a different way of living. Absolutely. I don't miss winter at all.
No. I understand. I fully understand.
But I can see that for some people it's a lot more comfortable thing to just have a heated house and have a chill garden and have a nice garden which will wake up in the spring. And I can understand that. But we have things like this. What is this?
Is that it's not an avocado, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Is it round, giant avocado?
Yeah.
Is it a bacon avocado, or what variety is that?
I have no idea, but it's big. It's not ours. It didn't come from our farm, but this one came from our tree. Yeah. But this one is from the market. But it's just we need to know what do we want, and then go for it.
Absolutely. And I mean, the benefits outweigh the other side as long as you're prepared for that, and those things, and you realize too that getting used to those things brings you even closer to nature, and it has its own benefits. You're connected to your land and to yourself, and you see the time, energy, and work you put in yield fruit, right? It's like it is one of the most right in front of you examples of the cycle of life, so it's a beautiful thing. And I know a bunch of people who live the dream similar to you, and they would not trade it for anything, like sure, there's the hard things in any life we choose, right? But it's just like, what does that effort yield you, and if you're looking to live in a beautiful Garden of Eden and you know, be more connected to nature and have all the beautiful opportunities and flavors and textures fresh without worrying about sprays or any of that stuff, well, it's good. It's an amazing choice.
Yes. And yeah, I love that we have so much freedom today to choose what we want to do. It's
Yeah.
yeah, we can. We were not born here. We came from Europe. We traveled a lot, and yeah, we had the chance to do this. We had to work for it, of
Yeah.
course, but
Yeah.
we have to. We can choose our country. We can choose our climate. We can choose our lifestyle. It's just so beautiful, so amazing, and we can change. We can switch if we don't like this or that. We can always change. It's so we have so much freedom. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have so much connection, and we can see others, how do they love, how do they live their lives. So we have so much options and information. It's so beautiful. It's we can try and
We're
and
so
yeah.
blessed. It is amazing, right? And
Mhm.
mindset and perspective reign supreme because two people can be in the same circumstance and one feels so much gratitude and limitless options, and someone else can be on the own prison of their mind, right? But we do really have limited opportunity, and I'd have to say we're like the most blessed generation to be able to have that freedom and again, endless opportunity. It's so amazing.
Yeah, I love that. You know, I have my kids here and they live this very natural life, but they also very interested in math and physics and starship and electric cars and yeah, humanoid robots and things like that. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
like and they what I always teach to them that the very most important thing is to question. And I think that's the same what we are talking about, that yeah, these people say this is good or that is good, but we always just okay, that's good, I could hear you, I love that, but I will like question, and I will look behind the scenes and I will try to figure it out, what is behind this person. For example, I found that a lot of people who said, oh, this is beautiful and I am living in Aden and this is a fruit farm and I am super amazing, and I have videos on YouTube with like 100,000 of views and I am like famous, and then I visited their farm and basically they didn't really have um, real fruit abundance. And it was like, for me is we didn't do anything because we were first wanted to provide fruit. So now it's like, for me it's a show me the fruit. That was our sentence with Zoe, because after a while we just realized that a lot of people are just talking but they
Yeah,
cannot show us a durian, or
yeah.
or not even a like they are not self-sufficient even in with jackfruit or horinia, which is so easy,
Mhm.
and they cannot show up like a rack of durian or a crate of durian after 10 years or so. So yeah, show me the fruit. And I also think, yeah, that's our mantra, show me the fruit, because yeah, don't and it's the same, like look behind the scenes and see what is behind those people who are talking, and that's what I teach to my children. And
Mm.
I wanted to tell you that they said that they checked all the books in the bundle,
Yeah.
and they have these critical view, and they are very like smart kids, very
Yeah.
smart. And they said that they love free books in the bundle, and two are mine books.
Oh, oh, oh,
They are like
oh.
a partial a bit maybe, but the
They're
third
good
one
books. They are good books, though.
but the third one is yours.
Oh,
They really like your approach, and they said it's great, and they want to read it fully because they just like they didn't read it fully yet. But yeah, they said that they like, and I also would like to say that I like the approach that you bring. That yeah, don't believe everything what we just what are said
yeah.
to us. Just question and look behind these myths. And the myths what you are talking about are there are the same myths about tropical living,
Mm.
and yeah, maybe I will write another one about the tropical living. What are the 10 myths
Yeah.
about
That could be
tropical
that
living
could be a fun one for sure.
that in the way that are in the way of your tropical paradise? Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I could do that with the tropical stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I like that your approach that you go things behind the
Mm,
scenes and you like encourage people to think
mm,
for themselves and don't believe because you or me say
yeah.
it. Just
Yeah.
think for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, digging a little deeper yields a lot of benefits for sure. And I think that would be an amazing book. And give my love to your little ones and thank them for that. Amazing to have, kids so young reading this kind of information and knowing this from an early age. Again, blessed kids. And
Yeah,
I absolutely love it. I'm honored beyond words for that, for sure.
yeah. They just brought me a sugarcane
Oh,
piece, but I can show
ooh.
you. We had
Oh, cool.
so much sugarcane, and I just got juice, freshly pressed sugarcane juice, and that's epic to have
Oh
things like
yeah.
that. Show me the fruit. I can show you
Yeah.
that we have abundance after like we can have an abundance after like 7, 8 months
Yeah.
if we plant in the right time of
Yeah.
sugarcane.
Hmm.
And yeah, the first year it's so important for because you asked me what advice would I give
Yeah.
that clarity of what can yield you food in the first 2 years. That's so important
Yeah.
to get results, to get feedback from your farm and
Hmm.
to be connected because working on it, working for years and don't get any results, that doesn't feel good.
No.
And it I'm having a good walk on the farm, sometimes I say my husband, that it's so beautiful botanical garden, but I would like fruits now. So
Yeah.
it feels like that we have a beautiful collection,
Yeah.
and with durian trees from Borneo
Mhm.
and Dabai and Chempajak and
Oh,
all the good stuff. We have vani, wild mangoes, everything,
wow.
but it doesn't it doesn't feel reality. It's
Mhm.
just until they start to fruit. So we have to plan for future and plant because this is the main thing to have these fruits in one place just in my garden. That's amazing. That's the goal,
Mhm.
but there are 4 or 5 years until I will start to get those. So
Yes.
clarity, what can I get in the first year, the second year? I think it's key. It's
Mhm.
absolutely key to have sugarcane because when you have fresh sugarcane every morning, then you
Mhm.
say, okay, that's good. I
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
ready.
I don't wanna like give it up.
Yeah.
I want that. And when
Yeah.
you have like pineapple after 2 years, you can have
Yeah.
hundreds of
Yeah.
pineapples after
Yeah.
2 years, and a farm grown pineapple is a different fruit than a store bought pineapple.
Yeah.
Then you will feel, oh wow, that's great. I have this pineapple. I don't want to give this up. I want to continue. I want to go forward. So getting like food in the early stages, and don't think that you will just spread the seeds and everything will be fine. Things
Yeah. Just
don't
go take a nap.
work.
Just sleep.
Yeah, no, and it won't work like that. And it's not like that, okay, I plant 100 bananas. That's what we did in the first year,
Mhm.
and then we thought next year we will be self-sufficient. And it's our fourth year, and we had to learn that
Yeah.
bananas need
Yeah.
care. They need a lot of things to bloom, to grow, to strengthen. And
Yeah.
now we start to have enough bananas,
Yeah.
but we can do it in 2 years,
Yeah.
but not like we did, that we just, okay, we just plant and then everything will be fine. We just spread papaya seeds everywhere and we will have tons of papayas.
Yeah.
We spread the seeds. No, it doesn't work like that. It's we have a small piece of land where we just spread jackfruit seeds, and I dropped like 5,000 seeds there,
Mhm.
and there are like 20 trees that
Oh,
are
wow.
will be trees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like, and lots of things are growing like beans and other wild things, and they just take and tore down what your fruit is because they are fragile. So it's everything is growing, so everything will just like, okay, let's take that thing down and then yeah, and grow over. And yeah, so get good stuff
Want it
from the
if it
beginning.
if you want it to really nourish you and nurture you, then you need to form a relationship with it, right? It takes give and take, and it takes some love and care and being in it and being attentive, not just like, oh, here we go, like drop the seeds and then just
Yeah,
chill out. It takes
yeah.
that relationship. You reminded me when you mentioned Wani. Did I tell you ever that I actually technically own a fruit forest in Costa Rica?
No, you
No,
didn't.
no,
No,
no.
I
Yeah.
have to visit you then.
Well, there's a little bit of a hazy line there, a little bit. I'll tell you the story very briefly because I know we're at the top of the hour here. But
No,
I went to
it's
my
very
friend.
interesting. It's not out. It's very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I went to my friend Jake, his fruit
Mm,
forest in Costa Rica in the Diamante
I
Valley,
know him, yeah.
Diamond Heart. You
Yeah,
know Jake,
and he
and
has a lot of experiences from us.
Oh wow, really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
his farm is
met
amazing.
yeah, we met in
And
Asia years ago with him. He's a good guy. Yeah.
yeah, Jake's a good friend, and I went to his farm and stayed with him for a few days, and I filmed a farm tour with him, and we were walking around, and he was asking me questions, and trying to like ask like, oh, do you know this tree and you know that tree, and I'd answer and do some stuff, and we got to one tree. He said, all right, Chris, and I have it all on film. He goes, all right, Chris, if you can guess what tree this is, the farm is yours. You own the farm, and I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, "You giving me any hints?" And he's like, oh, like he gave me a couple of hints, like, oh, it's native to Malaysia, and it's rare, and this and that. And I'm like, is it Wani? And he's like, what? And he like he freaked out, and I'm like, yes, it's my farm, it's my farm, my farm. So, but I settled for. He said I can build a little hut and live on the land anytime I want. Although
I think
technically speaking, it's my farm now. He's just living on it.
I think that one is coming from me, but I
Yeah.
will ask him.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it is. He started to plant just a few months before me, before us.
Oh,
Got
no
his
way.
land, and yeah, we are together in this journey. And we always like, okay, now we have a race. Who will have the first championship? And now we're like, okay, our fruits are like this big, and but now he has another variety flowering which we don't have, so he is ahead of that one. But yeah, we do that with him, and it's very fun to have this. So I
Yeah.
think that 23 is from me. Actually, I had a
No way.
few and I wanted to plant all of them, but
Yeah.
I had a little bit more, and then yeah, it came from our nursery for our special friends,
Wow.
and they are the first 23s in Costa Rica, I think. Yeah,
That's
I
so
will I
cool to
will
make
ask him.
that connection. Yeah,
Yeah,
do ask him and say
yeah,
hello and thank him for tending my farm.
yeah.
Definitely
Okay.
thank him for tending my farm.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Are you guys very far from his farm?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We are like he's
Or-
yeah. I think it's like he's very close to Peresaladon, San Isidro, where the big market is. He's between Peresaladon and Dominical, the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And from that beach, we are still like 3 hours away
Okay, good.
towards Panama. So we are very close to Panama. And we were looking for a flat lowland area
Yeah.
where the soil is black and
Yeah.
very rich.
Yeah.
And there are like, there is a opportunity to grow a community here, and there are no limits here to build a big community in time. We are not in a hurry because
No.
I think strong foundation is key.
Mhm.
So I think we have to be here, be strong, have a lot of fruits. Show me the fruit.
Yeah.
Show us the
Yeah.
fruit.
Yeah.
See that we are here. We do it for years, and we don't. We don't build a community in a way that it's an ideally like in a dream
Yeah.
way. So we are here, and now there are people who are interested to buy land around us, and that's great. And this place is very good because suitable for that,
Mhm.
because there are like hectares, like 100 hectares around us that can be bought in time. And it was not the case in, for example, Diamante Valley, that
Yeah.
this is a new place and it's an agricultural area. Not many locals live here, and lands are nice and soil is beautiful. And that these were our main uh, reasons to find these two. And it's very safe area. Locals are very originals, and they are not ruined by tourist
Mhm.
culture. They are so great here,
Wow.
very
That's so
safe,
beautiful.
very amazing. So we don't have ocean view, we don't have expat community here, but our priorities were like safety and good soil and the opportunity to grow a big fruit village
Mm.
in time,
Yeah.
slowly, like strongly with good foundation.
If you build it, they will come, and if you show them the fruit, then it'll bring even more people
Yes,
eventually, right?
I cannot imagine that I will, like we planted 100 durian trees,
Yeah,
and it means we will have tons of durian in 10 years. So
yeah,
I cannot imagine that I will sit here together with my family, sadly alone, together with our 5 tons of durian. It
yeah.
it's just,
No,
and just sit
no, yeah.
here and just say, oh no, we are so alone with these
This is
five
so
tons of
tough.
durian. I cannot. Yeah, it's just, it cannot happen. Where through these people will come. I it's just, yeah, just don't need to push it. It's just, yeah,
My
give
head
time.
might peek out of a tree and be like, "Do I smell durian? What's going on over here?"
Yeah, yes, yeah. And
Are you? Go ahead.
durian was our main, because in Costa Rica and a lot of places in the tropics where it's like higher elevation, then the land tend to be red clay or clay, and durian doesn't really like clay. Jake, he found a very nice spot, but around him a lot of lands are clay lands. But here it's not clay, it's sandy, loamy, black soil, and we, yeah, and in the area there are durian trees which have seasons all year, every year in the same period. So yeah, it's a special microclimate. It's very amazing. I mean, finding this rich soil
Yeah,
in the tropics, it's special.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, are you pretty near to Pavones then?
Yeah, you can go to Pavones. It's actually closer than Dominical. It's
Yeah,
just the roads are not very
yeah,
good at this moment. So you need a good car
yeah,
for that to
yeah.
enjoy the ride, or it will be special experience to go to the beach.
So beautiful. I've stayed
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there
it's
for a week,
closer.
and it's
Yeah,
if
it's
people don't know
beautiful.
Pavones,
I love
sorry.
that. So it's so much like more than I because it's just, yeah, away from the mainstream tourist areas, so
Yeah.
it's just beautiful. It's not that crowded, it's silent, and yeah, and I know you like surfing, and
Yeah.
the waves are good there also. There is a surfing community,
It's amazing.
so it's
Two
yeah, it's,
kilometer wave, a 2 kilometer long wave if you hit it right in the right season.
yeah, I know people love surfing there, and we
Yeah.
have, yeah, we have a lot of people who buy durian trees there, so we have friends there who live there, and yeah, they are surfing, they love the beach there, and yeah, I hope one day soon, not very one day, like maybe in 5 years, we would like to buy a property on that area
Yeah.
to have a beach property as well,
Yeah.
because that's something I'm looking forward to, and that's really the dream, to have that piece of land also. So
Yeah. That's
yeah,
beautiful.
but it's
Well,
not, you cannot build a big community on the beach. It's too
no.
expensive. Lands
Yeah.
are like, it's not like, you cannot sell all the properties next to each other. So we need a good base for that, and a good like foundation. Like durian is a very good crop. It's a good investment also. So it can build up, and it can give the strength to the community and to the people here. Yeah.
And big smiles for everyone who eats it.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. I love durian.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's a different thing than everything else. I mean, when I eat it, I just cannot believe that this thing comes from a tree. It's just
Yeah.
like cheating.
Yeah.
I mean, I like apple. It's nice,
Yeah.
and things like that. But how is it possible that in a world where trees can grow apple, or I don't know, like other things, how is it possible that there is durian also?
Yeah.
Jeez, it's like cheating.
They are magic. They are one of those fruits. When it's good, I can't help but smile and dance and just be like, "Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, this is the best!" You know,
yeah,
like it is beyond. It is beyond. So
yeah.
this has been an amazing chat, and
Thank you.
I'm curious, because I know you talked about community. Do you have also can people come stay? Do you have cabinas, or is there that kind of a vision at all, or is it more just for your family and eventually some community growing around?
Yeah, it's something that we have this question so
Yeah,
much, so many times. So now we are in the process of buying a new piece. So because everything is planted on our land, like the whole hectare is fully planted. We have our house, and around the house is also planted, and I want to make it a little bit to get a bigger zone one, so it's just a little bit tight. So at this point we just have our house, which is under construction still, and the land, and we are in a process to buy another piece of land which is neighboring ours, and we will build cabins on that land hopefully this year. So hopefully in like 3-4 months we will have a place for camping, like roof and things, like small, like a toilet, a composting toilet and a shower, and the camping spots for a few tents this year. And then from there we would like to build cabins for next year, next season. So yeah, we are in the process. We feel the pressure. People want to come here, and yeah, we feel the pressure. Okay, and we just talked yesterday with Zoe. Okay, what is the minimum that we have to do so we can say yes to these people? And we figured that this is just having a roof and a place for tents and then composting toilet, and yeah, it's just like we need like 2-3 months to do the setup for that, and from there, like everything is possible. And yeah, the best would be to have other fruit homesteaders here, like families with kids. I love kids. Yeah, but
they will come. I'm confident of that. And as we're speaking right now in May of 2025, because this will live on my YouTube channel and my sites and stuff like that. So when some people will be watching this in a little while, where can people find you? Where's the best place for people to find you if they want to touch base and learn and maybe come stay down there, or look for a piece of land and build their own dream? What's the best place?
Yeah, we have a website. It's fruitvillage.info, and we have also YouTube. Yeah, that's the best place. We just started a free forum where you can just join and ask questions. And we also have a YouTube channel, Fruit Village Costa Rica, and Instagram, Fruit Village Costa Rica. And also, yeah, I wanted to just add something. When I know people create communities and want to join to communities and want to start their life in the tropics and build their homestead. And I have just one advice for them we didn't join to any existing communities, and it was because when you want to join to a community, please look behind the scenes, and please just check if they need you or they are there to support you, because I think that's a very big difference. And what we found, that a lot of people try to organize communities because they need people for some reason. And please just check if you are needed there, or you will be supported there, or you will be like you have a lot of opportunities, or you will be a resource. I think that's so important from the beginning. And also, just please buy your own land, please, that get sole ownership. Oh, okay, I know your ownership with Jake, that's fun, but otherwise when you put money in it, then please get the land on your name, please. I think these are so important. And buy your own land, please. Don't make connections and very strict things together with others, because I see so many conflicts and
heartbreak and headache. It's a sad thing, but that is
families lose their money and time and energy. It's not good. It's not okay. So just please be careful and check if they need you, if they can support you, or don't go into deals that looks shiny. And when someone says you can do it, it's easy, come, you will have money, don't worry, you will have everything, just okay, show me the fruit first, show me your fruit, and then just look behind. But buy your own land, don't give money to anyone. Buy a land which is good for fruit trees. Don't buy someone else's land. For example, I know there are people who buy a land and then they sell the spots that are not good for fruit trees. And no, don't do that. Don't buy that piece of land. So just don't be the one who will take the worst part of the land and things like that. I wanted to say this is very important. I want yeah, to be prepared and just, yeah, it's a very big thing, and just be responsible with it.
I think that is sage wisdom from somebody who's learned it and seen other people. And I've seen the same. I've seen people ripped off and their hearts and dreams broken and their minds like gone bitter because of the happenings. And
Yeah,
it is a sad reality. But I think anyone watching this video, and if you're here, you're getting these nuggets of wisdom, and I think you've learned a lot. And again, I just want to thank you so much, Mira, for your
yeah,
time here, for
thank
being so
you.
generous in the bundle and bringing so much amazingness to the bundle, a whole part that, you know, isn't necessarily as represented in the rest of the bundle, but is so integral to this lifestyle and to sharing it with kids and connecting with nature. I think it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. And just happy you're here. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. It was fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, everyone, for staying with us and watching and enjoying this. I hope if you're watching the replay, you got a lot out of it as well. And one more reminder, you know, we're both in the bundle, and there's other passionate creators sharing the things that have lifted them up, helped them out, delicious recipes, insights, information. It's only around till tomorrow at midnight PST. So you're going to want to go check it out in Mira's link or mine. You can go there now or afterwards, and I hope you absolutely enjoy it. So thanks again. And as always, wishing you much peace, love, and seasonal fruit. See ya. Bye-bye. Oh.